Guys, episode 6 of Pokemon Evolutions was so good, like really good. So I'm a big sucker for the Hoenn region. Emerald was my first game, so getting a short based off the Hoenn remix that delves into Hoenn's lore in a spectacular way is something I really appreciate. We even get to see Zinnia in an official animation for the first time too. She's been an incredibly neglected character, as I feel there's been plenty of opportunity for her to show up in the Mega Evolution specials, or any of the Hoenn revisits in Pokemon Journeys. So starting with a spectacular orange sunset, with the imposing image of Sky Pillar silhouetted in darkness as Zinnia approaches, an Ultra Ball in hand ready to capture what lies above. The heroine of the story, May, approaches soon after, cloaked in darkness as she arrives on her Latios. As she jumps off, her dragon Pokemon ascends the tower. Immediately this whole sequence is striking as we're only 30 seconds in. It really highlights how grand this scenario is. The ruined and dangerous interior of Sky Pillar is as gorgeous as it is dangerous, with only the murals of Hoenn's history seemingly being fully intact. Zinnia is the one who welcomes May, and by extension us, as May is the surrogate for the audience, and invites us to learn what she's been destined to pass down. As she tells May about the story the first mural holds, we get a more abstract look as the meteor symbol slowly morphs into an actual meteor and ravages the land. In this sequence we see a gorgeous outpouring of colour. Greens, purples, blues, reds, all sorts emerge from the land. May taking the form of a green energy as a red-dominated apparition of Groudon appears, followed shortly by a blue-dominated Kyogre. The fact they highlight May in a green is incredibly important detail that will mirror her role to come later in the episode. However, for now we are treated to a beautiful action scene of the Groudon and Kyogre apparitions fighting each other in a bid to claim the primal energy that's pouring out the earth for themselves. Zinnia continues her explanation as the two ascend the tower, with a backdrop of a huge mural. It really adds to the grandeur this story has, as they're minuscule in comparison. They reach a peak where Zinnia is able to clearly show a mural of Mega Rayquaza, and with her arms stretched out boldly announces that Rayquaza took a new form, which forms a brilliant apparition that appears to fly out at them, which knocks May down the tower. Rayquaza takes its place as Groudon and Kyogre are defeated, which makes the apparitions become mere imprints on a wall, lost to history, and Rayquaza takes its rest. In another apparition, Zinnia reveals that a tower is built to honour Rayquaza and the power that saved Hoenn by her clan, the Draconids. Some of the figures resembling people come to life, and Zinnia stands at the end, symbolising she's one of the last of their people, and as they fade, she has her keystone in hand and looks up to the night sky. As May gets up from her fall, a rock drops out of her bag, and she picks it back up. Zinnia is at top of the Sky Pillar, the Dragon Harkulta. A prophecy by the Draconids is about to come true. Another meteor is about to impact the Hoenn region. Another meteor threatens the world, and Zinnia has shouldered the burden to deal with it herself. Zinnia has a whole bunch of keystones in hand, and we don't really go into detail why May tries to steal them away, but if you've played a Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, you'll know that Zinnia stole them in order to have the power to power up Rayquaza, so that could be seen as a weak point of this short. However, we've reached the current end of Zinnia's story. There's no more history to tell, only the present to deal with. The two trainers stand against the gorgeous night sky. History is about to be made. The stars which were so comforting to Zinnia as a child light up the night sky. A meteor shout goes on. Zinnia is taking it upon herself to summon Rayquaza, and tears up as she hands over Whismur to May, knowing the risk she's putting herself in. A brilliant green light illuminates her, and she sends a prayer to the mighty dragon that protected Hoenn so long ago, and a brilliant green light responds. Rayquaza descends to the Dragon Harkulta. However, it quickly loses its emerald hue as Zinnia's plan isn't working. Rayquaza doesn't have the power to respond to her wish, to reveal the form that saved Hoenn before. However, May's rock responds. It's just what Rayquaza needed, once again regaining its lost strength. It was a meteor that took the form of a Megastone. Rayquaza has chosen May rather than Zinnia, and while it's a bit on the nose, the words "chose you" appear separately. It feels like a brand new title card, as if the story has stopped being Zinnia's and May has taken it. This is also symbolically shown as Zinnia hands over an Ultra Ball, the one she started the episode with. Remember how I said May was covered in green? It's what she's taking up the role of Rayquaza's trainer. We're treated to a marvellous action sequence as she tries her best to capture it, and with the power of her first partner, her Swampert, she's able to quell the mighty Rayquaza and captures it for herself. As Zinnia watches the battle, she flashes back to her childhood, a life that led to this moment, now taken from her. Zinnia has one last role as a Lore Keeper, which is challenging May to a Pokemon battle, to see if she's worthy of Rayquaza's strength. We're treated to a gorgeous landscape shot of Pacifilog Town as Zinnia's Mega Salamence crashes with the legend brought to life, the mighty Mega Rayquaza, while Zinnia repeats her line about gazing up at the stars. And that's the episode. What an absolutely gorgeous and stunning visual experience this is, while combined with some impeccable storytelling. In a way, it's a passing of a torch story as Zinnia imparts her story and equips May with her knowledge, meaning that May is truly ready to encounter Rayquaza. As someone who's already intimately familiar with Hoenn and its past, having it presented as it was a thrilling experience. It recaptured the magic of discovering it the first time. And I have to say, having Zinnia finally getting a chance to show up in animation as she was one of the premier characters of Generation 6 was wonderful. It did not disappoint as they captured her personality to a T. To wrap up this video, I just wanted to say I hope you've all had a happy new year. I did want to get this video done earlier, but I wanted to take some time off as well. So I want to thank everyone for your support through 2021, and maybe if there's interest, I'll be sure to cover animated shorts such as Twilight Wings.